today's episode of Let's COSI. I'm Isham, and I'll be your moderator for today. I am also a volunteer at COSI, and I am excited to be guiding today's conversation. So, grab a cup of coffee, get cozy, and let's gossip. This week, we're diving into an important topic, LGBTQ plus rights and experiences. And to help us explore this, we have two special guests with us, like Mariam and Victor. Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. So, we'd love to get to know you better. Could you tell us a little bit more about yourself and share how your experience at COSI has been so far, both personally and professionally?
Yes, sure. I'm going to start. Is it okay for you, Mike?
Yes.
Okay, so first of all, I am Victor. I'm 24 years old and I am from Spain. I recently, this last June, graduated from my degree from law. So I decided just to do a change in my life. I wanted to live abroad, and I thought that this opportunity could be the perfect opportunity to me to do this. It was not only living abroad, also trying to help the society in some way, and it combines like all the elements I wanted to continue with my personal and laboral path. So when I arrived to COSI, at first I was really scared. Like I remember me in the plane, like I don't know what I am doing here, picking up the suitcase and everything. Like I don't know what's going to happen next. But then when I start meeting all the other volunteers, we are 8 volunteers. I started to be more relaxed and everything. I also remember the first day I entered to the office, and there were the others apartment for volunteers waiting for Isham and for me because we were late.
I remember also.
We took the wrong direction in the metro, so we were late. And yes, as a volunteer, we do a lot of stuff. We work on really different stuff, and this is one of the things that motivates me a lot. That we can focus in digital things, but we can also focus in more like action things. For example, one of my personal goals for this was to improve in public speech. I were not scared, but I knew that I had to train. If in my future I'm a lawyer, I have to speak good in public, and I think this was the opportunity to do it. Also, the fact of working with people from all around the world is really exciting for me, like to learn about other cultures, about languages. You learn a lot from them, you also learn a lot from you. I really recommend to do a stuff like this. It can be in COSI, it's a really good organization. We have heard of other experiences that they may not be as well organized that this NGO is, but if you don't have the opportunity to do it here, I recommend 100% to do it in any other place, any other organization.
Thank you so much, Victor. And what skills or what lessons do you think you have gained, like with this volunteering? Like, do you think that you improved your public speech? Do you think you have improved in these fields?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, uh, one thing that scares me it was to live abroad. It was my first time. I really wanted to do it, but you know when you really want to do something, you sometimes are scared about it, about don't reach the expectations you wanted. So this was the first thing I was scared of. But on the other hand, I was really motivated to do it. I was really appreciating the opportunity they gave me to improve about myself. What you have said about public speaking, I don't want to be repetitive with this because I think that all the volunteers know about my thing that I want to improve in this. I'm being a little repetitive sometimes, but it is true.
It's true.
Yeah, it's true. And here we are different people. We came from different motives, from different reasons. But in a general perspective, we can say that we want like a personal improvement and a laboral improvement. So, yes,
Perfect. Thank you, Victor,
thank you.
for your honesty.
Thank you, Sham, for welcoming me in that way.
Thank you. A lot of thank you. Thank you. So, Maria, tell us a little more about yourself also.
Hello once again. I'm really very happy that finally I'm your guest on this beautiful podcast. I'm from Georgia. I'm 23 years old. Last year I graduated the University of Tbilisi. My field is international relations. And volunteering is something that I enjoy the most doing. I will share one interesting fact that in my language, volunteering is mohaliseoba, which means that doing something with joyness, joyful. So for me, it's like this. I'm full of joyness when I'm doing volunteering work. I had the volunteering experiences back in Georgia with working with Ukrainian refugees, also with teenagers, and I knew that I wanted to continue this in a different way. Plus, I had a really very hard time when I decided to come here. I needed the change in my life, and also I wanted to work with the international team. In my future, I think that I want to be a project manager, a program officer. So I think the experience I'm gaining there is really very important for me. I really enjoy being there. I had high expectations, and the COSI is the place that is much better than I expected. I'm really very lucky to have COSI as my host organization, these people as my mentors, and you as my homemates and
roommates.
yes. So yeah, I'm really very happy. The most important is that I wanted to work with the people with the different backgrounds. That's what we are doing here. Also, I can see huge difference from myself 3 months ago and now. For example, we when we are working on the race awareness campaigns, we are using different digital stuff, and I improved these skills. Also, my language skills, English, but I also wanted to improve my French and Spanish, and I think I'm on the way.
And you're doing great. I can tell you that because we speak French together, and
Merci.
I can tell you. De rien, pas de souci.
And yes, I highly recommend it from me, volunteering, because I truly believe. Maybe sometimes it can like sound really very innocent, but I truly believe that our small action can make a great change in this world. So if we really want to be the full part of the society, we can do whatever we could. So volunteering, if you have a chance, if someone have a chance to be a volunteer abroad, I highly recommend this. But if not, in your hometown, for example, I was doing beside my job and university. So if you have a chance, go for it.
Thank you so much, Maria. So thank you both of you for telling us like the personal aspects of your life in COSI. So now I'm going to ask you a little more about the professional parts, okay? So I'm going to ask you about the ongoing campaign, because here in COSI we are doing monthly race awareness campaigns, and I wanted to ask you like, why did you choose the topic of this month, like like this week campaign?
So this week campaign is the LGBTQ plus free discrimination week. It's part of the Free February discrimination campaign. So we decided to choose 3 minorities that are discriminated in Romania, particularly in Bucharest, because what we more work is locally here in Bucharest. and this last week was focused on LGBTQ plus community. Um, we know that LGBTQ plus community is a community that is being affected during the whole history of humanity, but we are really developed in the society in some things, for example IT, so we should be developed in other things like social things, and this is what we are trying to do here, to educate, to be educated, to learn everyone together about topics like this. um, LGBTQ plus Community Week was formed by two main activities. A movie night that was yesterday. We watched Pride, which is a really good film to watch because it talks about this topic but in a funny comedian way, not trying to be sad or anything like that, just saying the things like how they are, and also it's a real story. I like movies like that because you also learn some historical things. And today we have a workshop.
We are trying to make different activities, and as a part of our campaign, we are trying to engage more people who are, we can say, our community now. And today our workshop will be focused on race awareness and also actively how can people actually do for a more inclusive world, inclusive society. It will be really very artistic way, and yes, I hope that it will be fine, and we will share everything in our social media, and people can check the results. But I'm sure it will be.
No, I'm sure it's
very
gonna
good.
be fun. But I would just wanted to go back like, to the movie night. Can you tell me a bit more about the reaction about the people, like how they were like in the movie? The people watching the movie, you know, did they like it? How?
Yeah, no, people enjoy it a lot, and they say that it's a really very good way to
Yeah.
watch a movie and then share, especially sharing ideas among each other. We always have a socializing time after the movie night.
Yeah, we love that.
Yes, we love that because it's really very funny to hear how people are feeling after the movie and share like their opinions. So that is one way how we are like gathering people together. It's not just a go to cinema, but also sharing ideas. So yes, they enjoy.
That's perfect. Do you think they're gonna come tonight again?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes. We are
That's so
sure
nice.
that they love being there. Who would not?
Who would not? I wanted to ask you about the actuality here in Romania because like we're now living in Romania for 3 months. Can you tell me like if Romania is LGBT friendly?
No, unfortunately, Romania is not considered as a LGBTQ community friendly environment. Of course, there is some laws that, for example, discrimination based on sexual orientation is forbidden and illegal in the workplace and universities and etc. But like enforcement of this everything is really very hard, and they are marginalized, and every day this community have to face a lot of challenges.
Just as Mariam is explaining, Romania has a lot of to do regarding this topic, but we can focus this on a positive way, like all the things good that can happen in this country, starting from this organization, starting from this week, starting from this workshop that we are going to do this afternoon, because there are some things that uh, we they have to improve on. For example, is one of the latest country in like the equality rate of LGBTQ plus community. Also, a fact that is interesting, like a single person can adopt, but a couple of same gender people cannot. This is really curious for me. And also want to mention trans rights, because it's if LGBT or gay people or lesbians are discriminated. Trans people are more discriminated than this, and it's a community that we have to help them in the way we can. For example, a legal gender change is possible, but is not a clear process. Bureaucracy here for this type of things is really, really bad, and yes, we have a margin to improve, but we have to work on it.
And like, can you tell me a bit more about the situation in your countries? Because like, I would like to remember people that Mariam, you're from Georgia,
Yes.
and Victor, you're from Spain.
Yes.
So can you tell us a bit more about the situation towards LGBTQ people in your country?
I can say that the situation in Georgia is mostly same in Romania. Maybe there are more problems there because this community is really marginalized in Georgia as well. People have this rejection attitude toward this. Also, gay marriage is not that like or civil like connection between people is not legal in Georgia, and they could not adopt the child. And yeah, in law there is a right written that in the workplace they could not marginalize people, but in enforcement in real way it's really very hard. Situation is getting better, I think, because the NGOs in Georgia really work hard on this subject to just show the people that they are not different and they are part of the community. But especially when these people showing, for example, pride or something like this, then they are expressing themselves. It's really very hard. Also, the thing is that in Georgia, the church, Orthodox Church, has a lot of power, and they are, I can say that they are one of the main source of this rejection. But I hope that things will get better, and thanks to these NGOs who are working really very hard to raise awareness about this thing.
In Spain, on the other hand, I think it's quite different. It's something that which I'm most really proud of my country, and we are really open-minded regarding this topic. For example, we were one of the first countries that legalized same-sex marriage. It was in 2005, if I remember good, before France or United Kingdom.
In France, it was in 2011, I think.
Yes. And generally, in the whole world, I could say that is one of the most open countries with LGBTQ plus community, but there is always work to do. You can see that it's really open in big cities, Barcelona, Madrid, Bilbao, Valencia, but this is not only the population that exists in Spain. It's full of small villages, small cities, small towns, where the people are not as sensibilized as they can be in other big cities. So yes, it's good. It's good, and it's something we have to be proud of. But it is still a lot of work to do, and we cannot take for granted these rights. We have to keep fighting for them, because in the same way we have fight for them and we have won them, we can also lose them, and we cannot forget that. We have to keep going with initiatives like these ones or like other ones in your country, but we have to keep fighting for the rights for everyone.
Thank you so much. And what do you think can we do as individuals to keep fighting? Like, like to go on manifestation, to go manifest, or to go participate to the Pride, for example, or what can we do?
Yeah, I think there are a lot of ways you can, and each person, I'm sure, that has his own ways to do it, its own ways to do it. But the first step is to be aware of the situation, to be educated, and to be willing to learn about it. and then you can act as the way you you want. You can act like more locally. You can act also like in your family. You can act if you see something in the metro, if you see something in the high school, just say it, be aware of it, fight for it. Also, if you can go to for manifestations, of course, but the point is that the point is not taking for granted the rights, but keep fighting for them and keep being aware of the situation that these people is living day to day.
Yes, I agree, totally agree with Victor. He explained really very well. I think we all, as a part of the society, have our own way to fight for something, and we want equal society. We always can find a way for this. First thing is don't stop, as Victor mentioned. When you see something, just stand up and try, maybe ask help or something to make sure that everyone is including. Changes always start with the really very small steps, and also sharing information. It's an endless process, so sharing always the information about people, community, and generally about the thing that we are all human and we all deserve the same things. So yes, go also in the manifestation. It's maybe higher level for some people, but in an individual level, what we can do is to show our support, and don't consider some people, some group as others. So I think changes start with this, just to realize that we all are in the same society and we all together should
We're in the same situation. So thank you so much, Victor, Mariam, for being our guest and for sharing your experiences with us. And I would like also to thank our listeners. Stay tuned because we have a lot going on afterwards. Like we have a lot of events. So stay tuned with our social media, Instagram, Facebook, Spotify for our podcast. So thank you so much and have a nice day.